God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, be with you and remain with you now and ever.
Hi there everyone, Jack here again at the Vinyl Voyage. Today we're going down under. For as far back as I can remember, I've always been enthralled by Australian culture. Probably started when the first time that I saw Nicole Kidman's ginger curls in the movie BMX Bandits. From then on I was hooked. I watched movies like Razorback, then I kind of progressed onto things like Bad Boy Bubby. I saw that at the Edinburgh Film Festival or Theatre. Phenomenal movie, very disturbing. Movies like Wake and Fright. And yeah, just really, really interested in all things Australian. The music, not so much. What did they spoon feed us back in the late 80s, early 90s? It was Kylie Minogue, Stefan Dennis, and what was she called? Natalie Imbruglia, and all that kind of shit. So I wasn't happy about that at all. Obviously, early musical highlights as far as Australia go would be things like the theme tune to Prisoner Cell Block H, She Used to Give Me Roses. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but what a track, what a television show. I was a big fan of B. Smith, Joan the Freak Ferguson. Yeah, good times. But this is all about Australian music and great underground bands from down under. I'm going to look at some bands from New Zealand as well, because I was thinking there's some great Australian channels. I really enjoy watching Katie Cords or Cords Records, where she talks about folk music, Joni Mitchell, Laura Nero, Nick Drake, things like that. I enjoy Brian's channel, Brian at the Institute of Pop. And Brian shows some Australian groups. He's did a series of videos on The Church. He's a big fan of The Church, a band that I'd like to delve into deeper. Other things like Midnight Oil. But he also covers a lot of classic rock from around the world. And he's got a great channel. But what I would love to see a YouTube vinyl community channel where they kind of solely focus on Australian underground records. And I think the vinyl community's crying out for a channel like that. So I thought maybe I could plug that gap. So without further ado then, let's get into it. I've got 6 albums. I think it's 6 albums, 6 fucking pube straighteners that you're going to love. So this is a new one for me, introducing the Gnomes from 2025. And my good pal Gordon at I Dig Vinyl bought me this one as part of our monthly record club. And it kind of does what it says in the tin. It's very much garage. It's very influenced by garage, British beat, bands like the Kinks, early Beatles, but played with a bit of a punky attitude, very energetic, and yeah, it's really, really cool. I believe they're a Melbourne-based band. You can tell from the album cover, it's got like kind of British invasion written all over it. You could say it was no workers, just noise. Check out those skinny ties, those great Australian mullets, moustaches. So I've only listened to this once, but I really, really liked it. Like I said, a bit Kinksy, bit early Beatles. A real tip of the hat to the Easybeats. I'll just show you the vinyl. So this is on Dog Meat Records. And on first listen, yeah, I really, really like this. This is just right up my street. The side 2 especially is brilliant. Is it the song Stung? It's got a lot of kind of reverb, a bit more jangly. That last song, Play With You, is just like Cavern era Beatles. But yeah, really, really cool. The guy in the middle there, What's that I've got in here? Oh, a little poster, a little lyric sheet. So yeah, this is just a real rip snorter, this one. A cool band. Straight out of Melbourne. So yeah, I need to give that a few more listens. But yeah, on first listen, that's top notch. This guy in the middle here, what's his name? Jay Miller, he's the main dude, plays lead guitar and sings. And I believe that on his own record label, is it Goblin Records, he'd put out a number of albums or releases through his own record label on Bandcamp. And then to kind of further realise his ambitions, he brought in these other guys to form the band, the Gnomes. And yeah, this is their debut album. So yeah, highly recommended. If you like garage rock, if you like that early Beatles, Kinks, R&B sound, then you wouldn't go far wrong with this. It's all that and a little bit more with that kind of punkier, snotty edge as well. So next up, a band from Perth, 1987. It's the debut album from the Stems, At First Sight, Violets Are Blue. And yeah, this is absolutely brilliant album. The Stems kind of first came to my attention from the compilation Children of Nuggets, which is an absolutely fantastic compilation of neo-psychedelic bands. And their track, the opening track on this, At First Sight, was on that comp. And it's just an absolutely brilliant, jangly power pop masterpiece. I love that song. I would say for me, that's the best song on this album. There's other good songs as well. Rosebud's really cool. Man with a Golden Heart. Mr. Misery, but I don't think anything's better than At First Sight. It's what a fantastic song that is. But yeah, really great album. Now I'm sure there's people in the vinyl community who could talk at length about this band and the members in the band and the other bands that they've played in, but unfortunately I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to Australian music. I'm just trying to grow into the role. So there we go, that's the Stems, At First Sight, Violets Are Blue. Next up, a band from New Zealand, and I don't know how I've never discovered them before. The whole scene is completely new to me. This is The Chills, with their compilation of early EPs and singles. It's called Kaleidoscope World, and this was put out in '86 on Creation Records. Now, The Chills, if you don't know about them, they were a band that put out their material on Flying Nun Records. And again, as a record label, I know that Ween were on Flying Nun for a while, but other than a couple of bands, I hardly know anything about this record label. I knew nothing about The Chills. I only really discovered them this year. I picked this up in Stirling and Europa Records, and I thought, I'll give it a go. How good could it be? I've never heard of them really before. I've heard mention of them, but I've now listened to this for the last few months, and oh my god, this is a real barn burner, this one. This is the ultimate pube straightener. It's so good. Like, insanely good. That opening track, Rolling Moon, is absolutely fantastic. Just a brilliant, jangly sound. It's quite, there's definitely a touch of psychedelia through a number of the tracks. Kaleidoscope World is amazing as well. Pink Frost, Satin Doll. The whole thing is just amazing. And this release here, I said on Creation, gives you a little bit of a history of the band and then talks about these early singles and early EPs. And I think real collector's items. Then it talks a little bit, for those interested, here is the history of The Chills, and it talks about the kind of evolution of the band and all these different phases that it went through. Sadly, one of the members of the band had leukemia, was a keyboard player, Martin Bull. Died of leukemia, I think, in '83. But yeah, what a band. I can't believe that I've not listened to them before. They're so good. So I'll definitely be digging out more. If you know a lot about The Chills, which album should I go for? Where's the best place to start after this compilation? You can see that creation label there. But yeah, oh, I'm blown away by this. It's amazing when you get to kind of your later years in terms of record collecting. You know, all your big finds generally are in your teenage years, but to discover something like this when you're older is amazing, because it's like a wormhole, or sorry, a rabbit hole I need to be delving down. My only worry about that is with these Flying Nun records, I believe it could be an expensive rabbit hole. But yeah, this wasn't overly expensive. I think I paid about £18 for this. And yeah, just fantastic stuff. The main dude, Martin Phillips, what a great songwriter. If the rest of the material's half as good as the stuff on here, because I know this is the early stuff that the band put out, but if their later stuff's as good as this, oh, I can't wait to listen to it, because I've loved this. It's been brilliant. It's the Chills with Kaleidoscope World. Next up, what is arguably the best Australian single of all time is the Easybeats. Nay, as a wise man once said, the mighty Easybeats with Friday on My Mind from 1967. So this is the US edition of the album. I can't remember what the UK edition is called, or the European edition, but it's got like quite a lame name. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, this is brilliant. Obviously kicking off with that absolute shed burner, Friday on My Mind. Oh, how good is that song? Yeah, just goes at an absolute breakneck speed and just doesn't let up. So energetic, so upbeat, gets the blood pumping. Amazing stuff from Vanda and Young songwriting team. Yeah, Harry Vanda lead guitar, George Young rhythm guitar. And that was the older brother of the Young brothers in AC/DC. So a good Scotsman there, a good Scottish connection. What great names. Dick Diamond on bass guitar, Snowy Fleet on drums, River Deep Mountain High, what a fantastic cover of that. Yeah, real, again, indebted to the British invasion. You can hear that that sound of the early Who, the early Kinks. In fact, this is produced, isn't it, by Shel Tamley, who did all those early Who albums. But yeah, very, very much beat music. But then towards the end, that song Sea Line Woman, that's got a bit more of a kind of tribal sound to it, a bit more of a primitive sound. But yeah, really, really good. I love this. I definitely want to get more Easybeats. That is Friday on My Mind. The next album then, a bit over the top with its production, but she'll be apples. It's the Triffids with Callan Shure. I think it's their fourth album. This is great, really smart, jangly indie pop, again from '87. And it's got that big single on there, Bury Me Deep in Love, which again is just an absolute ripper. I love this. It's like indie pop for smarter people. They all look smart. They look like they've been through university, they've got degrees. This kind of reminds me a little bit of early James, a little bit, or someone like the House of Love. It's got that kind of clean indie guitar sound. Produced by Jill Norton, who'd worked with the Pixies, gives it that kind of grand epic sound. But yeah, really, really good. Triffids, Callan Shure. So the final album that I'm going to show is from another Melbourne band. This is from 2022. It's got an absolute dull wave vibe to it. It is the fantastic Rolling Blackouts C.F. with their third album, Endless Rooms. And yeah, this is a beauty. This is fantastic, beautiful jangle pop with a real early to mid 80s vibe to it. This band, if you don't know Rolling Blackouts C.F. or Coastal Front, I think that stands for, very much in the same vein as early R.E.M., a little bit like The Church, their fellow Australian countrymen, but it's also got a bit of a slacker vibe to it as well. So they've got three lead guitarists, and on that first album, there was a bit of a Stone Roses kind of vibe to that interplay between the three lead guitars. Not so much, I don't think, on this one, but certainly on the first album there was. But yeah, three great lead guitarists, and they just create such a fantastic tapestry of guitar riffs and lead guitars that just intertwine so beautifully. But yeah, this is excellent. I'll just show you the inside of it, so you get the lyric sheet. This is mostly about the guitar work. Some nice pictures of this house. I think the reason why they used this artwork was this was an album that was mainly recorded during the pandemic. So they recorded it in endless rooms. It's the label on this lovely yellow vinyl. The pressing's brilliant. It sounds so quiet. Yeah, really beautiful record this. If you like early REM, you like kind of indie guitar albums, you would like this. The guitar sounds nice and clean, jangly, and yeah, really, really good stuff. I think they've kind of went quiet. I don't know if they've released anything after this. The second album was okay, and this was really good. Like I said, the first album's excellent as well. But yeah, that's Rolling Blackouts CF with Endless Rooms. So there you go, that's your lot from Down Under. Like I said before, the vinyl community really needs a channel just devoted to the absolutely amazing music that comes out of the Southern Hemisphere. All I'm going to do now though is kick back, crank up the volume and play some AC/DC. I've got this nice Spanish press for those who are about to rock. So until the next... Sorry, hold on a second. Hello? Yeah, this is Jack speaking. BCHQ. Sorry, I didn't realise that there was a channel already devoted to music from Down Under. Two Men and a Dick. Interviewing the vinyl community. Goes by the name of Ben Rankins. Who the fuck is...
Or fines or whatever you... math rock kind of thing, but Australian style. Single and maybe something else in their lifetime, unfortunately. But this is a killer live show, as it says on there. Live in Adelaide in 1979.